Hey everyone, it's Christian here, and this is going to be a little bit of a palm review, but more of a, like an update, I guess. I am here at Sharky's on the pier in Venice, and it is eerily quiet. Well, the restaurants are pretty much closed. There's two restaurants here. There's Sharky's, which is more of like a family, I consider it a little bit of a touristy area that has pretty good food, and I came here since 2004 or so, and it used to be like a dirt parking lot, and the city of Venice bought this and they turned it into a little bit more of an upscale setup. It used to be very laid back by the beach, and they upped the codes and everything, so it's a little bit different than what I remember it as. But they also have an upscale restaurant up there on the second floor that has a nice look at the beach. It's called Finn's, and they have a lot of they have a nice little landscape planted here. So I'm gonna come and I'm gonna show that, and I'm gonna try and go around back. It's all public access, so which is nice. But here we have a bunch of coconuts planted. They trim all the coconuts off because this is pretty common in a lot of areas of wherever coconuts grow, really, because they're kind of a dropping hazard, either on a car or on a person. I mean, it hits you square in the head, it could kill you theoretically. So when you're working with coconuts, especially in tall coconuts, don't stand underneath them, especially if they have ripe ones, because they drop one, hits you in the head, probably gonna get at least a concussion, if not worse. So this is a screw pine. It's Pandanus utilis, and it is the closest relation to a palm, so we could add it in our vlog. And I'm going to add other plants in the vlog because I think that they go well with palms, and they can be either palm-like or just they're good companion plants to palms. So I don't know how much. I was hoping that the light on this would go on, and it has not gone on, so I'm going to try and vlog without the light on right now. So here's the trunk of the coconut. You have the Eureka palm, Dipsis lutescens, and they have a few other things lit up here. We can go out back and see what we can see here, because I can only see what you guys can see here on the video, pretty much. So you go in, we got some Christmas palms, Adenidia, Morellii, and more screw pine, more pandanus, and you have pygmy dates. And I have not done a vlog on pygmy dates, and I will do one though. So come through here, that's the way to go to Finn's. I have a friend that's a waiter there, and this is a nice little fountain that they have here. It used to be a real laid back sort of Florida Keys style. They have an elevator here now, and it used to be kind of a Keys style setup where you just kind of, just everything was kind of easygoing. It's a little bit more organized, I guess, for lack of a better term. But this is, I guess, where you check in with the hostess now. This was, again, kind of like a dirt path, and now there's this huge underground, I guess it's not really, it's kind of a hanging out area. But this place is usually really busy, and I don't know if it's with the hurricane and no one's around, but there's just really no one here, and there's no wind. Obviously you guys can probably hear me just fine, but it's really eerie because usually on the beach you get at least like a 10-mile-an-hour wind. This is direct beach access. This is the Gulf of Mexico right here. That is the Venice Pier, and I don't know if you guys can see those coconuts up there and in the profile there. Hopefully this camera can pick that up. Yeah, I guess I can see it through there, so hopefully you guys can. And yeah, so this is kind of like the Sharky's dining area, and there's outdoor seating, and this is the bar. And I'm not sure, they're not closed down for the hurricane. We're supposed to get only tropical storm force winds here. I was boarding up. I'm gonna do a little vlog on what I did with the hurricane, my experience so far. That'll be separate from the Sharky's vlog, but this is where the bar is. I'm sure all the liquor's gone, so that's unfortunate. Just kidding, I don't really drink that much. So anyways, this pier's open, I believe, 24/7. I don't think it has a closing time. Okay, so it says this is notice, this and that. Walk out here. I don't want to walk all the way out, but you can get the idea that this goes all the way about 200 yards out, and there's a lot of people fishing out here. You know, if I were doing a fishing vlog, I'd obviously walk all the way out, but this is the kind of what you see at night. You see the palms, profile, the moonlight. It's somewhat, I guess you could say, romantic, somewhat beachy, somewhat a little bit more refined upstairs. You can see up there the indoor seating, especially. I've eaten there a couple times with my sister and mom. It's reasonable. I mean, I guess at certain times it's reasonably priced, but if you don't mind spending $30 a person for food, it's not, you know, it's a good place to eat. It gets great reviews. So this is a very, everyone in the general area, or even from out of state, they hear a lot about Sharkies. This is they call it Sharkies because it's the shark tooth capital of the world. You get a shark tooth rake, and you can rake your way to finding some really cool shark's teeth. And they there's people who do it for a living, and they sell it by the pound, little teeth. They sell it in stores. People will sell it even to pawn shops, and people will come in and buy it. And you can, if you find a real big tooth, I mean, it can be worth a lot of money depending on if it's from like a megalodon, or depending on the shark, the quality, and the size. So yeah, that's pretty much, you know, this is, again, this didn't exist here in, say, like 2008. You know, 10 years ago, this was just one building with one place to eat, and it was pretty cool and laid back. And here are some beaches here. We did a vlog on that about a week ago, when I was in Miami. And we have traveler's trees here, and they're called the traveler's palm as a common name. It's Ravenala madagascariensis. It is not a palm, but it kind of looks like, I mean, people kind of think it's a palm, and I'll go over to this go over this plant when when there's more daylight. So this is more of a vlog about Sharky's as a place. So you have the pier, you have two different restaurants, and you have a nice landscape. It's overall a pretty nice atmosphere. I personally don't go here a whole lot because, as someone who's a resident, it really isn't a place where residents go. It's not a bad place, but for residents, it's just that it's always busy. So it's a little bit out of the way if you're a resident, unless you live on the island, to come out here to eat. But if it's a nice place by the water, and it's just, you can't go wrong with it. So I mean, I like it here. I always like going to the beach. The beach here is beautiful, and the beach is right here. Actually, there's more beach access. You can see that right there. That's another separate entrance to the beach. You come down here, there's actually a separate beach access in general. It's just totally separate from Sharky's. It's actually lined with coconuts, and this is new here. This is a retention pond with solar panels. Hopefully it's a retention pond without any alligators in it, because, you know, I don't really want this to be when they be coming out. So that is totally new to me. I did not know those solar panels were there. I probably haven't been here in, a year. So I would come out here. I used to live on the island. I might do a little vlog on that area. It's not that interesting at night to see. It's better during the day. But I had a little condo right by the beach, a little bit north of here, about a mile, and it was really nice. I got a really good deal from a friend who owned a number of them, and yeah, I spent about almost a year living there, and so it was a really fun time. I recommend anyone, if you have the chance to spend, like, you know, 3, 6, 9 months or a year living by the beach. It's beautiful. It's a whole different way of living if you live, you know, within a couple hundred yards. I lived literally, I could walk to the Gulf of Mexico. It wasn't that expensive. I think, well, paid $600 a month all inclusive. I got very lucky. That's basically impossible to find nowadays. But so anyways, that's about it for Sharky's. It's closed up. People are just kind of hanging out for just to take in the atmosphere, and the parking lot as well. The parking lot, some palmettos and some sea grapes. And yeah, I want to end this one here, and I hope this video was a little bit informative. If you're coming down to Venice, it's a great little town. It's definitely been built up in the past 10 years or so, 15 years. but it still is very much worth the trip. A little bit out of the way, a smaller town by the beach. One of the last few like older Florida towns that aren't too big, I guess. So leave a comment down below if you have any questions about Sharky. Subscribe if you're new to the channel and you want to see more vlogs, mostly about plants, but this is about a place with plants. And I will see you guys next time.